Hello, everybody. It's Rest of Champaign here with you, and we're back once again in the wonderful world of Food Processing Simulator. And today, we are going to attempt to fix a little bit of a mess that we made way back at some point in the past when the factory looked a whole lot different, and we had this pouching operation kind of set up over here for reasons, and those reasons no longer make any sense, because if we take a look at the way this thing works, we basically have all the stuff for the pouching being filled in there, washed, dried here, goes all the way through there on conveyors. It gets packaged there, labeled there, and then comes all the way back here to this boxing machine, which at this point in time no longer makes any sense. So we are going to rectify that first thing today, get it so we no longer have that issue, because yeah, this is just an absolute nightmare that we've got going on here. And I want to see, is there anything else that is feeding into this machine? I don't think so. Or actually, no, there is. So this line, so yeah, we can now, what we're going to be able to do, because the jars feed into this machine and the pouches feed into this machine. When I say this machine, I mean this boxing machine. So this boxing machine right here, this one, yeah, right in front of me, is holding all of our jarred products, and it's holding all of our pouch products. So what we're going to probably do is the pouches are going to come off they're going to be lined up down there, and they're going to feed into here. So I'm going to need to do some switching of my conveyors to make all this happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the merger that we have here, because it's no longer going to be needed. And then we're going to, and this is going to be weird as well, because now I'm going to have this jarring operation that's doing the same ridiculous thing where it's feeding over to here. But I can handle that, I guess, a little bit, because eventually I want to make sure that everything feeds over here to these, so that way our loaders, man, I'm saying so many things that don't make any sense. The loaders can basically pick up everything from here, take it to cold storage. That's what we're trying to do. So I hope that made sense. It probably did not. I apologize if it did not. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to get rid of this curved conveyor. We're just going to set that there. We're going to take this merger out of here. It is going to go here, merging into that spot. This curved conveyor that we have here is now going to go right here. We're going to flip it. So that way, all of my jars are now just going straight that way. All of these are now temporarily redundant, but we're going to hold off on doing anything with them just yet. So I do need to buy an elevated conveyor to go over this line here. So let's do that. We're going to go to, this is going to be machines, an elevated conveyor. Wherever I have that stuff being delivered, where is that being delivered now? I think down here. Yeah, it's down here. So we can get this set up. This will hopefully not take that long to set up. That is the hope, is that it will not take that long. So this is going to go here. Now, I might need to set it up. Yeah, we got to set it up like that. That's fine. So now we can start taking all of these conveyors out of here and start using them here. And now we're going to build this thing backwards, one station at a time. So we're going to take the labeling machine, set it up right here. We're going to stick one conveyor in there. So let's just grab any old conveyor, any one of these, and put that there. So we're going to try to keep one conveyor in between everything. We don't necessarily need to do that, but we're going to do it. The pouching machine will go there, and then we got a conveyor which will go here. I'm hoping this will all work. this is going to be fine. We got plenty of space because, I mean, the packaging machine for the bottles is back there. So we're absolutely good with all this. So then we need our dryer, which is right over here. So we'll pick that up, and back here we go. We need another conveyor. Then the washer, let's make sure we have that facing the right way. That would always help. The washer is right there. Okay, got it. And then we've got a conveyor there. And then we need the slicer. Now, I could get real sneaky with this, and I could set it up where we only have one starter and then put a filter off of the starter, but I'm not going to worry about that. Like, I'd have one starter, and it would then, depending on what we're making, I could have it then route to my slicer here or route to the slicer there. I'm not going to get that crazy with it because I don't really need to. I'm going to package up a handful of these straights because I want to have the starter lined up with where the other starter is. So let's pack up like 5 of them. I don't know how many I need to get back to where the other starter is. It'll make sense in a second in terms of what I'm trying to do. Just the way that I've got these starters lined up with each other there. I want to get these starters lined up the same way at the other end. That's what I'm shooting for here. And I'm going to have a bunch of conveyors that we're then going to sell because we're no longer going to need them. So we're going to go here, drop the items. So conveyor like that. I might need more than 5 possibly to line all these up. Maybe, yeah, I'm going to need just a couple more. I was hoping 5 was going to be enough. I'll need 1 more. So let's grab 1 more there. And then I'm going to have a whole bunch of curves that we're going to be able to sell after this. So there's that. And then the other starter. Let's just drop that. Apparently kicked it over somehow. Starter is right there. So we no longer need to have that there. So that is... Oh, nope, that's not hooked up. So that is there. So now my pouching operation is going straight through. It will hop over there, merges to there, and then into that boxing machine. All of these other conveyors can get sold. So let's go ahead and pack them all up and then sell them. So yeah, we're going to get rid of all those. And then I can get rid of this elevator because we don't need this anymore. So we'll get rid of that. That is now no longer useful. So I guess I didn't need to buy an elevator, but you get your money back for them. So that's the good part. Sell. Okay. And then do I have enough straights left over to do all this? I probably don't. I'm going to end up having to buy a couple of straights to finish this up because I think I've got nothing but curves. Perhaps. Lots and lots of curves around here. All right, that's done. Oh no, I've got all this. Oh yeah, all these. Because this was, or what is this? Oh no, I took stuff off that I didn't mean to. Oh no, that's the new line I'm trying to set up. Never mind. Never mind. So I need 2 more straights. And I do not think I have them. So let's go ahead and buy them. They're going to be down here. 2 more straights. And then those will get set up here. Got to change the speed since those are new. So now we've got our jar machine, our jar line, which gets fed there and then runs just like this and goes into this box machine. We've got our pouch line, which is down here, runs straight, elevates over this, and then feeds into that machine there as well. So this box packer handles our pouches and our jars. This one handles our bottles. And then way down here, this one is, we got all of our salad operations down here. And the only thing that we don't have set up yet is our 3-ingredient salad operation, which is going to be right over here when we get up to tier 27. So I think we're good. I think we got it now. So let's go ahead, stress test this. Make sure I didn't blow anything up. I'm sure I blew something up. But we're going to see. I don't know if we've got any trucks that are coming today. Let's see, we do. The spinach puree is coming today. And that's the other thing we're trying to do. We're trying to do a bunch of pouches and a bunch of jars because we need those for achievements. So if we take a look at projects, let's see what we've got in terms of decent offers possibly. $12.10 for spinach salad, $14.30 for arugula salad, $12.34 for arugula pesto. So many things that are not pouches and jars. Okay, so maybe I'll just do pouches and jars that are not great. I mean, I can do bell pepper seasoning. Let's go ahead and do that. That'll go to zone 2. I might even have it. Do I have bell pepper seasoning by any chance? I do. So we can actually get that out of here. That'll work. They're getting that one taken care of. The lettuce chips are a couple days out. We have all the lettuce chips we need. So that one is ready. This truck is done at zone 1. So off you go. So we'll get to tier 24 for sure. Maybe we'll even get up to tier 25. Maybe, possibly. Be kind of cool if we did. Don't know if we will, but we're going to try. And I'm going to just try and be doing as many jar and pouch projects as I can. Again, because we need both of those for the achievements. That we need to get up to $250,000. And then we'll have all the achievements that are currently in the game accomplished. So there's the bell pepper seasoning. They're taking care of that. If we go back into the projects, let's see what project came up. Pickled cucumbers. All right, again, 36 for 94. We can do that. That'll go to zone 1. I might even have the pickled cucumbers, possibly. Do I? I do. I've got 24, so we got to make another 12. So this will be a good chance to make sure my jarring operation still works. It should. So we're going to set this up for cucumbers, a whopping 12. And then this needs to be, we're going to change that to pickled cucumbers. Hit OK on that. And then we need to change, so that is going into, I got to remember, that's going into this one. So we need to set this up for 6s. Okay. So now we can go here, supplies. We're going to buy cucumbers in 6s. We're going to buy, I might as well buy the jars. I probably don't need them. And then we need the pickled cucumbers. So let's purchase all that. So that should all fill up. I'll be interested to see whether or not they will. Yeah, they're going to take that. So I see taking box, taking box, taking box. So all 3 of the minions are going and getting ready to take boxes. They're going to fill that one up with the pickled cucumber labels. We should see that here momentarily. There it is. Now I guess I'll go ahead and grab another one of these. Oh no, that's being used. That is not. So I will fill that up. And that is going here. That's right. That's over here. To this spot. That's done. Do I have a garbage can here? I do. Cool. So that's good. The whatever you call them, the bell pepper seasoning, that is done. So we'll send that off. again, this stuff isn't for the money. This stuff is just to try and get the contracts done for the achievement. That's all we do. Because we need how many of each? We need 4 more things in jars, and we need 17 more in pouches. We've really not been paying attention to pouches for a while. So we really have to rectify that. Bell pepper seasoning done. $3,300. If we go down, is there anything else? Lettuce chips again. 72 for 263. Sure, again, we'll do that. That'll go to zone 2. Do I have lettuce chips? Or am I out of those now? Oh, I've got those, but I'm going to have to make more. So that's the big one that we got that's showing up in 3 days. So lettuce chips are going to also be on the same line. So if this is done, which I think it is. Oh, no, this is all popping out here. So we're going to set everything else about this line up. Our pouch line. So let's set this up now. Our pouch line. Got to remember to say my pouch line. So this is going to be lettuce now. And that's going to be 72. We're going to go down here. We're going to change this to lettuce chips. And then we will set this boxing machine up now for 24s. Oh, I set that up. Oh, that's set up for 48s. Okay, well, that's fine. I thought I had changed that one. Apparently, I had not. Oh, that didn't get thrown there. So, oh, it's being used by the employee. Okay, cool. He's got that. I'm good with it. So, this one, again. Yeah, that's a pouching machine. It's being set up here. And, oh, yeah, I did change the wrong one. I absolutely did. So, this is going to be 24s. Cool. I will go ahead and move the delivery point down, the supply drop, because we're doing this way down here, so it makes no sense to have everything delivered to the other end of the world. So that'll get put here. We're going to go supplies. We'll do these in 24s now. Pouches, lettuce, and lettuce chips. And I think I set that machine up for lettuce chips. I'm almost positive I did. And let me make sure I ordered the right thing, because I've got a feeling I may have ordered the wrong thing in the process here, because I got confused because I was talking. Shocker. Pouch lettuce chip labels. No, we're good. And it's all 24s. Good to go. And that says lettuce 72. This says lettuce chips. I did change that to lettuce chips. Okay, so that's good. That'll roll. You are done. So we'll send you off. And you are done, so we will send you off. And then we'll see once again if we have anything else that shows up. Getting lots of little projects done today. And we did make it up to tier 24, so that's good. So going here, projects done. Done. Lettuce chips is the one for a couple days from now. And then tomato paste 168 and spinach banchan for 114. Let's see if I have either of those here. I feel like I've got tomato paste, but I have no idea how much I've got. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. I guess not. I thought I did, but I don't. So we're not going to worry about that. And of course, the unfortunate part is that I've got the jars and pouches both going into this machine, and those are like both of the things that I need to be making for the achievement things. So I don't want to keep on having those things double up against each other, because that would be a bad idea. Oh, and I've got that going the wrong way. I've got that flipped the wrong way. Oops. Never mind. That's better. I'm like, why are those getting stuck? Because I got the elevator facing the wrong direction. So for all of you who like 10 minutes ago said, Rusty, you forgot to flip your elevator direction, we fixed it. So again, you can know that you made the comment, and we still fixed it anyway. So there's that. Okay, that's good to go. Again, I guess if I take a look at other projects that might make us a bunch of XP, I could do more salads. Or I could just wait until the day ends, or I could wait until this is over, because this isn't going to take that long to finish. So maybe I'll wait until this is done. Yeah, because this is only going to take 3 minutes to finish up, and then I think we'll just go forward. I don't know whether or not my vending machine truck or my vending truck has anything in it. So no, it does not. And that is empty. So, okay. Yeah, nothing there. No money to be collected. So we're just going to leave you alone. Apparently, I threw some spinach salad in here last time, thinking that I put kale salad in there. In my defense, they look very similar to each other. So I'm going to go with that. It's a poor defense, but I'm going to go with it as a defense anyway. All right, and this is done. Or it's almost done. So again, we'll let this ride, get this finished, see what we have in the way of projects tomorrow. That might be jars or pouches that we can work on. Everyone will get an early day here because we did a lot of stuff, and I'm good with that. And I think the workers are too. They're always happy when they get to leave at 1 p.m. I mean, it's quite the rigorous job we got here. So off we go to day 73. And if we take a look once again at our projects, let's see what we've got. So that's still the one that's coming one more day out. Lots of bottles. There's the tomato paste that we still had. And that's 2 days out, so we'll go ahead and accept that. Put it in zone 3. We've got the spinach banchan that we can do today. It's 114. So how much do I have back here? Do I have any of that back here? I don't know if I do. So, oh yeah, so I don't think I do. No, I don't. So I would need to make that in... I'm just going to make it in 48s, and then the extra box I'll walk out myself. That seems like it's going to be the easiest way to do this stuff going forward. And again, this is on this one here. So do this in 48s. And then I need to set this up for spinach. So, or maybe I can't I've got to do it in exactly 114 because otherwise they're gonna overfill it. So we're gonna go, I can make one extra one. So it's 114, so 96 and 18 is 114. So I'll do 162. So that'll make a one extra box. We'll go with that. And then I need to change this over to spinach banchan, or banchan, or however it's pronounced. Or banchan. It's not that. I know it's not that. I'm positive it's not that. Okay. So that's right. So now we're going to go here, order all this stuff. So supplies, the spinach, 162. So we're going to go, oh, that's wrong. So 3 of those, and then I need to do 3 smalls. Packaging, we'll do 3 smalls, 3 bigs. Labels, we'll do same thing. 3 smalls and 3 bigs. So that'll give me 162 of all of that. And then I got to take that other thing out. So the spinach 24 is out. Yeah, that'll work. So that's rolling. Other projects, let's take a look. Other things we can do. No other jars. Oh, there's a jar for spinach puree. But again, right now we're making all the spinach banchan, and they both run off the same production line, so I'm going to let that roll. In terms of salads that we might be able to do that are going to be good money, or good XP, and there's arugula pesto that's 1 day out for $12.34. That's good XP, and I might even have all that, or a lot of it. I've got 6. That's not a lot. So what is the better one out of those? because those run off of their own boxing line. I honestly am at the point now where I can set up everything with its own boxing line and not have everything merged into 2 boxing lines. Do I do that? I've got the space. Is it worth it for me to keep on doing this? It really doesn't make sense for me to keep on having these things on merged boxing lines. Now with the way I have this, it really does not make sense to do that. So we may go ahead and change this again and set up another box packer. Yeah, we're going to do that. We just keep on changing this thing all the time. But it just is, it's continuously morphed as the places continue to morph. So yeah, we're going to do that. Going to get another box packer set up here. So let's do that. Machine, box packer, and then I'll need my curves that I sold. So I'm going to have to go curve, straight, box packer, finishing, that is, box packer large. Get all that. That's all delivered down here. So we're going to then set this up here next to this one, giving it a little bit of space again. Oh, I got that too close. Let's pick that up. Set that right there. And then we're going to get rid of this. We're going to rotate it so I didn't need to buy the straight. I did not at all need to buy the straight. That was useless and pointless. So let's pick that up. Set that right there. Change the speed. Flip the rotation. Get rid of this merger. Oh no, I can't get rid of that merger. I got to keep that merger. I can't get rid of it. Let's go ahead. Maybe, can I put these on the supply wall? Will they go on the supply wall? They might, or maybe they won't. I don't know. We're going to try. I have no idea if these are going to go up on the supply wall, but I'm going to try putting them there. And then I'm going to pick up the wrong thing because I do that. So F. Let's see if these are going to go up there. And again, they may not, but it's worth trying. They will. Cool. How about that? I will need the curve. So let's grab the curve. Or do I have 3 straights there? Are they all straights? They're all straights. So that's fine. That, I wasn't sure if that was going to work, but it does. But I will need to eventually replace that merger with a curve. I'm not going to do that just now. And then I need to figure out, if I'm going to do this, where do I put a 4th line? I think then the 4th line, the 4th box packer goes right here, and all this has to move back a little bit. But that's fine. That's no problem. So yeah, we're going to have 4 box packers. I'm going to need to set up a 4th one here. So let's work on that while this is still doing its thing here. All the changes that we keep on making to this place. I'll probably change it all again, but we're good for now. So box packer large. And a couple of curves, because I'm sure I'm going to need a couple of curves through all this. Now, the box packer will go here. And then we'll finally not have anything with these mergers. They will not be needed anymore. We'll finally get all that knocked out. So when this line is done, which I think it is now, it is. So we can start taking all this stuff, moving it back a little bit. So the merger goes away. These go away. So let's take all this stuff, hack it up, because we no longer need it. And then all this stuff has to move back. So we're going to knock a couple of these out, get them out of the way to make room for moving all of our machines back. I'm going to take all of them out except for one for now, and then we'll move them as need be. We'll add them back in as need be. All right, so that goes there. And then how far back do these things need to move is the question. So this needs to move back from here. Let's see. If I pick this up, it needs to move back. So we're currently, where is it? It is currently there. It needs to move back one, 2 spots. Yeah, so everything needs to move back 2 spots is what we're seeing. So this all needs to move back 2 spots. So 1, 2. And then I can set the straights back up. I'm going to wait before I do that. I want to make sure I have this right before I set up those straights. I think it all needs to be 2 spots, but I want to confirm it before I do that. All this stuff I think up on the fly. I did not come into the recording of this episode thinking that I was going to be setting up four box packers and having everything have their own box packing. That was never my intention. It just so happened that way. Okay, that's exactly what we needed to do. So one of my curves will now go here. So right turn, speed up, and oh no, speed up, G not F, and then this just needs to go there and rotate like that. It's already sped up, so now I can grab this. Let's pick this up. Let's grab all of my leftover straights that I've got, my elevator, my merger. I think I can sell all this, so let's sell all of it. Yeah, let's just sell all of it, because again, we're getting full money for it, so if I need it again later, I'll buy it again. But for now, I'm going to sell it, because I don't know what else we... Oh, I needed a couple of straights. I've got straights. I forgot I need to set up 2 straights there. Or is it 3? Whatever it is, I've got them. They're on my supply line. And those guys are not picking up that box, because that box is not full. So I have to take care of that one myself, that last box. That's okay. I can handle it. So then these go here. They should already still have full speed on them because they were previously set up. That one's not. Okay. So we're good. So 4 box lines. Everything has its own box line. So the spinach has its box line here. So this... Does that merge? Oh yeah, that merger doesn't need to be there. That's right. This merger can go away. This merger is now pointless. Or is it? Is it pointless? I think it is. Oh, and nothing is going here. That's right. So I got to get something going here. I've almost messed this up again. So, all right, we got to see what is going here. So, well, no matter what, this goes away. That gets back. So I've already sold too many things again. That's okay. These, and I'm going to get rid of this line too. So let's go ahead. Let's get rid of this. I've been getting rid of all of these extra lines. So we're gonna pack this up. All of my double lines we're gonna get rid of. So I'm not gonna have 2 lines for bottles, just like I don't have 2 lines for anything else. That is going away. So then we don't need this anymore. This merger, that can go away. And sell that. So then this is still going to go into this line. So we can move this. My gosh. What have I done? So that's going to go there now. So that line is set up. So this goes out of here, right into there. So then my salads need to go to that line. So that's the only thing we need to do is rotate this to there. These are facing the wrong way. All of them are. Every single one of them is facing the wrong direction. And that's doing me no good to do that because I'm just robbing Peter to pay Paul there. I've got one more curve. So that can go there. And then these guys can now go there. just like that. So now the salads are going there. The jars are going here. Again, it's not the most efficient thing, but still, we're setting it up so everything goes this way. About the only way that I could fix that would be to reverse the order. Oh, do I do that? Do I do that? Do I take this the whole hog and reverse the order of that line so I don't have that giant run? Do I do that? Oh man, maybe I do that. The trouble is that this all needs like the mirrored machines. You know what? I think I do it. We've gone this far. Let's go the whole way. So we're going to buy the mirrored versions of these machines. There are only 96 jars in here, so let's go ahead and we're going to buy the mirrored version of these machines. Or do I even need them? No, I don't need them. I just need to... Well, no, I would. Yeah, because this needs to go... Or do I? Yeah, I do, because these are all going the wrong way. So I've got to get the mirrored version of all these machines. So we're going to go here. We're going to sell all these. We're going to buy the mirrored versions and put the jar line basically going the opposite direction. I really did not expect to do all this when I got into this episode. It was really not the intention. But as I keep looking, I'm like, there's got to be ways to make this better. And this still may not be the best, but it's going to be better than what we got. So we're going to get the mirrored version of all of these machines, which I think you have to buy them. Let me make sure before I do this. So if we go into equipment, mirrored, yeah, we do need to buy the mirrored versions. I just wanted to make sure before I before I sold all these machines, and then it turned out there would have been something easy to do that. Okay, and then that one, it'll dump the jars out. So that's fine. And then they'll take the jars and they'll put them somewhere. I don't know what they're... Oh, yeah, they have no idea what to do with them, so they're just going to drop them. That's okay. And then the labeling machine. So pack. No labels in it. And then sell. Okay. And then this is going to end up going into here. So I will need to set this going out a little bit more. Just to give myself the clearance. Or do I even need the clearance? Do I even need to worry about it? I think I do because, yeah, because that's my... Oh no, that's my salad line. So I don't mess with the salad line. What is here? This is my... All right, so now I need to fix this again. So I need the salads now. Oh wow, I've done a bad thing. So no, I mean not a horrible thing, but a little bit of a thing. So we're going to fix this. My gosh, the brain cells are just like exploding. So let's get this out of here. Move this out. So now though that all needs to merge. So we're going to do this. That's going to roll into here. This is going to roll into here, flip direction. And I really don't even need to have it do that. I mean, because now this one is going to go into the nearest machine. That's the point of this. And I guess I've got to have that like that just based on the way I've got the merger set. So that's going to run into this machine here. And then I need to set up my pouching to go into this machine. So I just need to have enough space to clear that line of conveyors. That's so many words are in my head and they're having such a hard time getting out of my head and into play here. I'm really struggling. I'm trying my best to get all the words out. I know it's frustrating, but I'm doing my best. So packaging. A packaging jar, mirror jar. And a packet, and then we need a dryer, mirrored. I don't think I got the packaging. I didn't get the jar mirrored. Dryer mirrored, washer mirrored, slicer mirrored. All that. And then let's grab our one of these guys again. Set all this up. In the end, this is going to be a little bit more effective. I'm going to have a lot of conveyors that I need to get rid of in the process of this, though. But it's going to be more effective. I do believe. So we've got the packaging machine that is going to go here. Oh no, I need a labeler too. I'm missing a labeler. I don't have a labeler. I'm like, there's some machine here that I don't have. It's the labeler. That's the only thing we don't have. I would have eventually figured it out. It'd be like, there's something that I don't see here, but we figured it out before we even got that far, which is good. So labeler here and going like that. Okay, perfect. Mirrored. We'll set up a conveyor here. Okay. Rotate that the other way. And then I've got all these conveyors that I don't need anymore. So let's go ahead, get rid of these. Just so many conveyors that are now just obsolete. These guys are like, what the heck are we even doing here? Why does Rusty do this during the day? When he could be producing so many things, but instead he's messing around with all this nonsense. Even I don't know. Even I have no idea. But in my head, it all makes some kind of sense. And it gives people a reason to spectate and laugh. Okay, so straights, 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 done, goodbye. And done, goodbye. All right, so those are gone. Now we need the packaging machine. Conveyor is hooked off of it. So that's good. Packaging machine is there. We'll set this up. So F, and then they'll put jars in it. Anybody can do it. And it's going to be jars, obviously. And then we can put 480 in there. So they will then go back here and take those jars that are on the floor and put them into the machine, which is perfect. I can get rid of these conveyors that were there completely by mistake. Rotate that one. Now I need the dryer. So let's grab the dryer. Okay, set that there. And then another conveyor. And then the washer. Just like that. One more conveyor. The slicer. And then I got some conveyors in the way. Those might need to move. Maybe. Are they? Oh, that. Okay, that's fine. And then the starter. So I can set the starter up right here. Just like that. Will that fit there? It will. So that actually kind of works out okay there, the way that I got that. Pack the rest of this stuff up. The rest of these. And again, I could move a lot of this stuff over. I know I could, and have a lot more, not have those things like right on top of each other there in the middle. I've just been kind of setting these things up in a certain way. So if we take a look at this again now, all these conveyors can get sold. We don't need them. Getting lots of money back in our conveyors. Can get rid of these conveyors. Those are gone. And sell these. I remember so long ago when we thought it was a brilliant idea to have 2 lines for our packaging, or for our production operations, and that was back when we didn't have 4 different things that we could make at once. And then as we got to the point where we could do bottles or pouches or jars or bowls that became less and less necessary because we could always make 4 different things on 4 different production lines, and it would keep everyone plenty busy. Here's the spinach, which I don't even remember why the heck I made this. There was some reason we did it. That'll go there. Sure. Helps if you put it on the spot. It's being used by the employee. They'll pick it up. So like, he's an idiot. He doesn't know how to get it on the shelf. So if we take a look at this now, I want to make sure that I have not messed anything up. So if we take a look, we now have here, all of our bowls are running off of here into this line. Not very effectively with all the conveyors. I mean, because we've got bend. It's all getting there eventually. And then over here, we've now got our redone jar line, which is going into that box packer. We've got our bottling line, which is going into that box packer. And we've got our pouching line, which is going into that box packer. Definitely not the way I figured that this episode was going to go. But I think we're good. And then the only thing that we need to do in the future, again, is going to be when we have to set up our 3rd production line for our 3-ingredient salads, which will eventually get there. I don't know when, but we will eventually get there. But we have once again streamlined our operations. I think we made them better. I hope we made them better. Everything has its own box packer. And now we will be ready to make 4 different things at once. And hopefully not have to worry about changing any of this ever again. Until we do once more. But that is going to be all for this one, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a like. If you really liked this video, I would love it if you considered giving the channel a subscribe. But until we meet again, thanks as always for being a part of all of my silliness. What the heck's even going on here? I'm Rusty Champagne, and we will see you later.